Right. Karyn Bryant from MMA H.E.A.T. I'm here with Joe Lauzon. He's facing Michael Johnson at UFC Fight Night. We're here in Boston at the Garden. I walked in. I geeked out for a second. This is a home game for both of us. How do you feel about fighting right here in the Garden?
It's awesome. I got to fight here last time, and the crowd was crazy. Everything was amazing. So like before, usually I'm like keeping my head down, not really looking around. Not today. Like I'm actually looking around. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I walked in and I'm just like, Larry, Bird. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool. But at the same time for you, and I know people always will say this, a home game sometimes can bring so much more pressure. So how are you processing that?
There's definitely a lot more pressure, but at the same time, it's still a fight. You know what I mean? There's a lot more other stuff that doesn't matter as much. A lot of people looking for tickets and figuring out T-shirts and people asking me like what time of the weigh-ins, what time is this? I'm like, go look online. All the information is readily available. So there's a lot of like that stuff, but I'm just gonna try on my phone. It hasn't been too bad. I'm pretty good at dealing with it. I'm very good at multitasking with the Twitter and everything else. So I'm pretty good.
So how are you feeling about this matchup, though? I mean, because on a lot of people's plates, I would think they were saying that you're the favorite and that this should not be, not that it's not going to be a tough fight for you, but that you would be favored going into this. Do you see it that way?
I definitely think that I'm the favorite, but I also know not to ever sleep on anyone. I beat a lot of guys that I felt, were maybe sleeping on me a little bit or didn't take it as serious. So I'm training hard. I'm training just as hard as if I was fighting for the title. I'm still training just that hard. I'm killing it in the gym. Had really good sparring sessions. Pretty healthy. So I'm looking forward to it.
And we obviously know that Michael comes from a great camp, so it's not like he's not getting better every day too.
Oh yeah, no, I mean everyone at this level is getting better. Everyone is improving every single fight out. I would be shocked if he weren't a vastly different fighter than last time. But we're expecting that. I had really good training partners. Had a couple really good training partners. Shane Gleason, Justin Burrow, Joshua Burge, whole bunch of guys that I had to deal with 3 guys every single round. Now I got to deal with 1, so I'm pumped about it.
So let's talk about the Jim Miller fight. That was so exciting, and I know everybody talks to you about what a great fight it is, and I have a feeling that you feel some pride with that, but when it's a loss on your record, it's a little tougher to take. So how do you process that fight and what it meant to the fans?
The biggest thing is that after that fight, every single person was like, that wasn't a loss, that wasn't a loss, that wasn't a loss. And I was upset that I lost, but if I'm going to lose, at least it's an exciting fight and people feel like that. I feel like, as crazy as I feel like I got more fans from that fight than I did for all my other fights, with wins, and it doesn't matter what kind of awesome submission or knockout or whatever else I did. I feel like I got more fans because of this last one, just because there's a lot of blood. People remember that kind of stuff.
It's funny because there's so much talk about fighter pay, and Dana loves to bring your name up. I literally, in every conversation about it, it's like, well, take a look at Joe Lauzon. The guy's got more awards, more post-fight. He makes his own argument. So obviously that's got to feel good to you to know that Dana holds you in such high regard.
I love being the example that Dana uses. You know what I mean? Like when they're talking about, oh, we have these awards so that people fight a certain way, and he keeps referencing me and using me as an example. That's awesome. People forget that it's not all about just winning. It's all about it's entertainment at the end of the day. People have to want to watch. And you go. There's tons of other things. Great tests of skill, but it's not a fight. People want to see a fight, and that's what I try to have.
All right, Joe. I'm looking forward to it. I know we're going to see one. It's going to be great. Have a great fight.
Oh, thank you.
In the Garden.
In the Garden.
Thanks.